Meanwhile, back on Beast Island, the rebels found He-Man. But before they could free him, Hordak and his villains entered the plunder room, and Shadow Weaver put all the rebels under a spell. He-Man shouted in a rage.
You villain, what have you done to them?
They are merely paralyzed for a time. Better to ask what I will do to them if you do not tell me why you have come to Etheria.
When He-Man refused to talk, Hordak left, warning that he would be back to get He-Man's answer. Once they were gone, Cowl came flying in.
Might I be of some assistance?
Can you get me loose?
Using his amazing intelligence, Cowl found the right buttons on Hordak's control board. One push and He-Man's chains fell away.
You've done it! Now let's go find our friends. I've had enough of this place.
Oh, I find it rather unpleasant myself.
He-Man burst into his rebel friend's cell and freed them. Once he got them safely off the island, he destroyed the prison forever.
Well, that's one prison the Horde will have to do without.
Meanwhile, Adora had been wandering through Etheria and seen for herself how cruelly the Horde troopers treated the people. Returning to the Fright Zone, she faced Hordak and Shadow Weaver. Hordak demanded,
Adora, where have you been?
I've been seeing for myself how we rule Etheria.
What have you discovered?
You lied to me, both of you. The Horde is evil, cruel, unjust. The people hate us, and with good cause.
Let me help you, child.
Shadow Weaver moved towards Adora.
Stay away!
Surely you would not harm me, Adora. Am I not like a mother to you? You will see things clearer after some sleep,
said Shadow Weaver as she put Adora under an enchanted spell. Hordak was worried.
First this He-Man arrives, and now Adora turns against me.
Well, remember who she really is.
Yes.
Hordak would stop at nothing to keep Adora loyal to him and to destroy his enemies. He had devised a dangerous new weapon, the Magna Beam Transporter, which could send anything or anyone wherever he wished. Its energy ray was powered by draining the strength and willpower of captured rebels, Hordak boasted.
Once the Magna Beam is at full power, I will transport the entire Whispering Woods to the Valley of the Lost, and all the rebels with it.
Back in Whispering Woods, Glimmer tried to persuade Adam not to go back and fight Hordak.
But Adam, mission or no mission, it's foolish for you to go to the Fright Zone. Oh, you'll be captured. Stay with us in the safety of Whispering Woods.
Well, even the Whispering Woods are not safe from the Horde. I have to get going.
Once he was out of Glimmer's sight, Adam transformed again into He-Man.
By the power of Grayskull!
He-Man then captured a Horde trooper and disguised himself in the trooper's clothes. But Shadow Weaver's cunning magic saw through his disguise, and she advised Hordak.
If we capture him, he will supply the Magna Beam with all the energy it needs. And with the Magna Beam charged,
I'll send the rebels to a place where they'll never bother me again.
Still under Shadow Weaver's spell, Adora captured He-Man and brought him to Hordak.
Guards, take this rebel to the plunder room and put him in the Magna Beam charger. His energy should be all I need to charge the Magna Beam to full capacity.
The charger? No, please, you can't.
Do you have an objection, Force Captain?
Seeing Adora getting stronger, Shadow Weaver cast another spell. Adora grew weak again.
No objections, my liege. To the plunder room with the rebels.
That night, Adora's sleep was disturbed by strange dreams.
No, no. It's evil. No.
And a message from the sorceress. Adora awakened with new strength.
Something strange is happening. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to find out.
Adora went immediately to the plunder room, where she saw how He-Man's strength was draining. Then the face of the sorceress appeared in the jewel of her strange new sword. The sorceress spoke.
Adora, the time has come for you to seek your destiny. You must throw off the enchantments that have made you a slave to the Horde's will. Let your heart guide you toward the path that you know to be right. And let this sword give you the strength to follow that path. Use that strength to protect the weak and to help right the wrongs committed by the Horde. And let your first duty be to this man about to be enslaved by the Horde.
A rebel warrior?
He is no ordinary rebel, Adora. He is He-Man, hero and champion on the side of goodness. But to you, Adora, he is also something more. Adora, the Horde stole you from your parents when you were a tiny baby. So you never knew your mother, and you never knew your father. But you also had a twin brother. This man is your brother, Adora. And Adora, he needs your help. For the honor of Grayskull, Adora.
For the honor of Grayskull? For the honor of Grayskull!
In a burst of magic, Adora transformed into She-Ra, the Princess of Power. Hordak had imprisoned He-Man in the plunder room to drain his strength and charge his evil Magna Beam. Now that she knew the truth about herself, She-Ra was determined to help her long-lost brother.
Oh, my brother. What have they done? Can I do anything? The guards will be here any second.
Who are you?
A friend who wants to help you.
The sword of power. My sword.
Of course. The sword of power.
She-Ra tossed He-Man his sword, which he hid just as Hordak and his guards burst into the room. Hordak was pleased to see how weak He-Man was, and how his Magna Beam was now fully charged.
Guards! Take these rebels at your leisure. I shall go upstairs to activate the Magna Beam.
Magna Beam? What's a Magna Beam?
Don't ask. We have to stop him.
I'll take care of that. You go warn the rebellion.
Right. Good luck.
As she mounted her horse Spirit to ride away, She-Ra called,
Go, Spirit.
Before her eyes, Spirit was transformed into a winged unicorn.
I am Swiftwing now, dear friend.
He said as they flew off. Meanwhile, back in the prison, He-Man followed Hordak up to the roof and surprised him at his magna beam by pushing up through the floor.
Pretty good, Rebel, but not good enough. I'm activating the magna beam. This will take care of Whispering Woods.
Oh, no. Hordak has turned on the magna beam. I've got to do something. Wait, that big rock just might do it. Down, Swiftwing!
Using her amazing powers, She-Ra tossed a boulder high into the air to intercept the magna beam. The boulder exploded with a fury. Hordak screamed.
No! My magna beam wasted on a rock! Well, I still have enough power for a second shot.
Sorry,
said He-Man, as he punched the magna beam projector and split it wide open. The energy trapped inside it was released, and in moments the prisoners grew strong again.
What happened? Where are we?
I don't know what happened, but my energy is returning, and I know exactly where we're going.
Back to the rebellion, men!
Enraged that his magna beam projector was destroyed, Hordak turned on He-Man. But She-Ra swooped down on Swiftwind and carried He-Man off.
poor Hordak. He's had a pretty frustrating day. Thanks for the rescue. By the way, you were just in time.
Well, what are sisters for, anyway?
Sister? What do you mean?
He-Man, I think we have a lot to talk about.
When She-Ra explained how the sorceress appeared to her and told her who she really was, the sorceress appeared again. This time, she spoke to He-Man and She-Ra together.
Many years ago, twins were born to Randor, King of Eternia, and his queen, Marlena. Those babies were you, Adam, and Adora.
My parents. My real parents.
To have two such fine children brought great joy to the king and queen. But that joy was soon to turn to sorrow, and the cause of that sorrow was a force from another dimension, a force known as the Horde, led by a vicious tyrant called Hordak. The Horde attempted to conquer Eternia, but they were no match for your father's brave soldiers and the magic of Castle Grayskull. So Hordak hatched a vile plot. He knew you were both destined for something special, though he did not know exactly what. So he crept into the past, determined to steal you both away. With him went his favorite pupil, Skeletor.
Once the sorceress had finished the story of the kidnapping, She-Ra exclaimed,
My whole life is changed because of this sword.
I know. And you should give yourself some time to think things over. But there is something you can do right now.
What's that?
Give your brother a big hug.
He-Man and She-Ra hugged each other, then transformed themselves back into Adam and Adora. They returned to Whispering Woods and surprised the rebels with the news that their former enemy, Force Captain Adora, was really Adam's sister.
That's right. Adora's my sister. She was only serving the Horde because of one of Shadow Weaver's evil spells.
But I've broken it, and from now on, I'm with the rebellion.